We are so excited about this video today. We are taking you from our house into a real popular grocery store here in Portugal.
We're going grocery shopping.
We're going grocery shopping.
But we're not just going grocery shopping for any old reason. We are doing it because we are going to compare the cost of groceries in the US to the cost of groceries in Portugal. And we're not just going to talk about cost. We are also going to talk about quality. Because one of the things that you may have heard about the food in Europe is that it has a little bit more flavor.
It tastes better.
It's less processed. And something so strange is happening in the US right now. The cost of food is going up, but yet the quality is going down. And so let's explore that in this video when we talk about the cost of food in Portugal versus the US. Hey guys, it's Ahmad
and Christina from Our Rich Journey.
Welcome back to our special series where we explore the cost of living in the US versus Portugal. Today, we are talking about the cost of groceries, but we are going to be exploring so many different areas, from healthcare to housing to transportation. And so if that is something that you're interested in, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And if you have ideas of costs that you want us to compare, make sure you leave it in the comment below. But for now, like we said, it's about groceries. So let's head to a Portuguese grocery store. All right, so let's do some comparison shopping. Now, we looked online for grocery prices in the United States and found the equivalent items that we're gonna share from the grocery store here in Portugal. We're gonna start with chicken. Now, in the US, a pound of chicken costs $9.99, and a lot of the chicken is injected with water to increase weight and profits. So labels like natural really mean nothing legally in the United States. But here in Portugal, there's no added water and there's strict limits on antibiotics, and most of it's local, not from industrial mega farms. So here in Portugal, the price for the same cut of chicken converted to US dollars and from kilos to pounds is $3.48 per pound. So let's go over eggs. Now, in the US, cage-free is really just a marketing term. It doesn't guarantee space or outdoor access, and labels like farm fresh don't really guarantee anything. Now, every egg in Portugal actually has a quality code stamped right on it. So the first digit shows how the hens lived. 0 equals organic, 1 is free range, 2 is barn and no cages, and then 3 is caged hens. So these eggs that we purchased are labeled with a 2, meaning that they are barn raised and cage free. Now in the US, a dozen eggs costs about $7.48, and here in Portugal, a dozen eggs costs $3.60. Next is milk. So US milk is often ultra pasteurized, so it can travel across states. That's why it tastes sort of cooked. But here, milk is processed less aggressively and it travels far fewer miles because Portugal is much smaller and it has more local dairy. So the US price for a gallon of milk is around $6.49. Now, we purchased 4 liters of milk, which is the equivalent of slightly over 1 gallon. And our 4 liters of milk in Portugal costs $3.63. Next is bread. In the US, bread is full of gums, additives, and preservatives just so it can sit on the shelf for weeks. Now here, fresh bread is made daily and it's also not considered a luxury spend. So a baguette in the US costs around $4.99. In Portugal, it only costs 57 cents. Next is cheese. Now in the US, much of the cheese aisle is processed cheese products, meaning a lot of stabilizers and fillers. In Portugal, cheese is real dairy. It often comes from local farms, and EU food law bans many additives that are still legal in the US. Now in the US, it costs around $2.64 for 150 grams of sliced cheddar cheese. In Portugal, the price is $1.60. Let's move on to produce. Now, American produce often travels thousands of miles. It's picked unripe and then it's often chemically ripened. In Portugal, most fruit is seasonal and local, so there's a shorter travel, there's better nutrition, and there's better taste. In the US, a pound of apples will cost about $2.49. Now, Portugal, of course, weighs its fruit by the kilo, but we did the conversion to compare literally apples to apples. In Portugal, a pound of apples costs $1.58. Now we have tomatoes. US tomatoes are bred for durability over flavor, so they have thick skin and a really watery interior. Here in Portugal, tomatoes are grown for taste first, and you notice it immediately. In terms of price, a package of tomatoes costs around $3.99 in the US. In Portugal, it costs $1.73. Next are potatoes. Industrial US farming uses heavy pesticide treatment to keep potatoes blemish-free. Now in Portugal, potatoes are largely small farm grown, which means fewer chemicals and often better soil. In the US, potatoes will cost around $1.30 per pound. In Portugal, we only pay 29 cents per pound. Now let's compare olive oil, because there is a huge price difference in Portugal and the United States. And the quality of olive oil is so much different. Now in the US, they actually have a problem with fake olive oil. This is because many bottles labeled extra virgin in the States fail purity testing. Portugal, on the other hand, produces real extra virgin olive oil protected by strict EU origin laws. Now in the US, it costs about $13.99 for a bottle of olive oil. In Portugal, an equivalent bottle costs $4.51. Next is coffee. Now there are a ton of different brands of coffee in Portugal, most much better than Starbucks, but here we're comparing Starbucks because Starbucks coffee is available in both the States and here in Portugal. Now in the US, a box of Starbucks coffee pods will cost around $13.99. In Portugal, we pay $4.86. Finally, we have wine. Now in the US, wine is a premium product that's typically sold at a premium price. Here, Portugal is wine country. You can get a fantastic bottle for just a few euros. Case in point, the cheapest bottle of wine we could find in the US was $11.41. In Portugal, it's only $1.70, and it's really common to find tons of wine selections at the grocery store with bottles costing less than $3. So the big reveal, for all the food we bought, it only cost $34.92. In the US, these same groceries cost over $83. That's a savings in Portugal of over 58% in grocery costs. Imagine if you could cut your grocery bill by 58% and get better food and better quality at the same time. All of this stuff, we would love to see a comparison, whether you're in the United States, somewhere in Asia or Africa or somewhere else in Europe. We'd love to hear what something like this would cost you. Put it down in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video and you want to follow the series of the cost of living in other parts of Portugal in terms of housing and transportation, all of these other things.
Healthcare. I can't wait to do schools. People have been asking a lot about the cost of schools here.
Yes, so you know what you need to do. Make sure you give a thumbs up to this video, like this video, and join the journey.